You ever wake up in the morning, half asleep, chug down a cup of coffee, grab a slice of toast, or pour yourself a bowl of sugary cereal and call it breakfast? Yeah, that's most of us. Fast, easy, cheap, done. But over in Japan, people have been doing breakfast differently for about 600 years, and the crazy part is it still works better than ours. It's not about trends or fancy avocado toast. It's about a philosophy that's built into their culture, a philosophy that says, start the day balanced, grateful, and nourished. While we're out here cramming down donuts on the freeway, they're sitting quietly over a spread that's both simple and brilliant. Let's talk about why that old school Japanese breakfast hasn't just survived centuries, it's thrived. See, the thing about the Japanese breakfast isn't that it's some mystical diet or secret superfood deal. It's the structure, the thought behind it. A traditional Japanese breakfast, called asa gohan, usually includes steamed rice, miso soup, a piece of grilled fish, a few pickled veggies, maybe a little seaweed, and sometimes natto, those fermented soybeans people love to argue about. Sounds light, right? But here's the twist, it's totally complete. It hits every note: protein, carbs, fat, probiotics, fiber, vitamins, minerals, and even that fifth flavor Japan gave the world, umami. It's not a sugar bomb or a carb-loaded mess. It's balance in a bowl. You could say it's a meal designed by time. 600 years of tradition have refined it into something almost scientific. Each part has a purpose. The rice gives you steady energy without a sugar spike. The miso soup wakes your system gently, warm and savory, packed with fermented goodness for your gut. The fish brings omega-3s, lean protein, and that rich flavor that pairs perfectly with rice. The pickles and seaweed add texture, crunch, tang, and salt, keeping your palate interested while adding minerals and probiotics. Even the presentation, small bowls, little dishes, clean lines, makes you eat slowly, mindfully. You end up feeling satisfied, not stuffed. Now compare that to what most Americans eat for breakfast. We've turned it into a sprint. Cereal that's basically dessert, coffee loaded with syrup and whipped cream, breakfast sandwiches dripping with grease. Or we skip breakfast altogether, thinking we're saving calories, then crash before lunch and reach for another coffee. The Western breakfast machine runs on convenience, not balance. We eat fast on the move while scrolling our phones. Japan's been eating the same kind of breakfast for 6 centuries and still manages to outlive us by years. Coincidence? Probably not. The secret isn't just in what's on the plate, it's in the attitude. In Japan, breakfast is not an afterthought. It's a quiet moment to reset and prepare for the day. The Japanese start with gratitude, saying itadakimasu wo, which roughly means I humbly receive. It's a way of thanking the food, the hands that made it, the earth that produced it. That small moment of awareness changes the whole experience. It's not about stuffing your face. It's about nourishing your body. Contrast that with the American morning rush, where breakfast is just a pit stop between emails and traffic lights. It's not that we don't care. It's that we've forgotten how to slow down. There's also something genius about the portioning. Japanese breakfasts are made of multiple small dishes instead of one giant plate. You might get 5 or 6 different things, but none of them are huge. That variety keeps your brain engaged, while helping you eat less without feeling deprived. It tricks your senses in the best way. Lots of flavors, colors, and textures make you feel like you're feasting, even though the calorie count stays modest. Compare that to a big American diner breakfast. Giant pancakes, bacon, hash browns, eggs swimming in butter. Delicious, sure, but your stomach feels like it's carrying a bowling ball afterward. And then there's fermentation. That's one area where Japan totally wins. Miso, natto, pickled vegetables, all loaded with probiotics that feed your gut bacteria and support digestion and immunity. Western breakfasts rarely have fermented foods unless you count yogurt, and even that's often sweetened to the point where the benefits get canceled out. The Japanese understood gut health long before it was trendy. When your digestion is smooth, your energy stays stable. You don't crash mid-morning or reach for another coffee to stay awake. Let's talk about the fish for a second. Grilled salmon or mackerel in the morning might sound weird if you grew up on cereal and milk, but it makes total sense nutritionally. Fish is light but filling, rich in healthy fats and packed with protein. The flavor's savory, not sweet, which helps keep your blood sugar stable. The American palate leans towards sweet in the morning. Pancakes, waffles, pastries. But that sweetness triggers cravings throughout the day. Japanese breakfasts are mostly savory, which helps curb overeating later on. It's like they cracked the code to steady energy centuries ago. What's also interesting is how Japanese breakfasts reflect the environment. They change with the seasons. In summer, you might get lighter sides like cold tofu. In winter, maybe something warm like simmered vegetables. That seasonal rhythm keeps things fresh and aligned with what your body needs. Meanwhile, our breakfasts barely change all year. Same cereal, same frozen waffles, same oatmeal packet. There's no sense of connection to time or place. Just habit. Another underrated part of the Japanese breakfast is hydration. That bowl of miso soup isn't just for flavor, it's for warming up your system, hydrating gently after sleep, and balancing electrolytes. Think about it, your body wakes up dehydrated. In the US, we usually reach for coffee first, which dehydrates even more. Japan starts the day by rehydrating. It's small things like that make a huge difference over decades. And let's be real, there's something calming about the Japanese breakfast. The layout, the simplicity, the care that goes into it. Every dish has a place, every texture contrasts with another. Every color pops just a little. It's not random. It's designed for harmony. It's like edible zen. The Western breakfast table, on the other hand, is usually about abundance and indulgence. Big portions, sweet flavors, and maybe a newspaper or phone in hand. It's fuel, not mindfulness. Japan treats breakfast as an art. We treat it as a necessity. Now, I'm not saying everyone should ditch their pancakes and start eating fish and rice every morning. That's not realistic for most people outside Japan. But we can definitely learn something from the philosophy. For starters, breakfast should be balanced. A mix of carbs, protein, fiber, and healthy fats beats any sugary pastry. Second, variety matters. Small portions of multiple foods stimulate your senses and make you more satisfied. Third, savor the moment. Even if you've got 10 minutes, eat mindfully. Taste your food. Appreciate it. Your brain and body both respond better that way. If you think about it, Japan's breakfast is like a blueprint for longevity. It's nutritionally dense, light on processed junk, and full of natural ingredients. It also encourages routine and stability. You eat at the same time every morning in roughly the same balanced way. That consistency keeps your metabolism and digestion running smooth. In contrast, Western breakfasts are all over the place. Sometimes we skip. Sometimes we binge. Sometimes we eat dessert disguised as breakfast. No wonder our bodies are confused. Even modern nutritionists are starting to echo what Japan has known for centuries. High-protein, low-sugar breakfasts improve focus and energy. Fermented foods boost gut health. Small portions reduce inflammation. The Japanese breakfast nails all that without ever needing a diet trend or a hashtag. It's just common sense passed down through generations. 600 years of trial and error refined it to near perfection. And yeah, some Japanese folks today eat toast or cereal, especially in busy cities. But the traditional breakfast hasn't disappeared. It's still served in homes, hotels, and ryokans all over the country. It's still the gold standard. And the fact that it's lasted that long in one of the most health-conscious nations on earth says something powerful. It works. You know what else makes it special? The emotional part. Eating a meal that's been around for centuries connects you to something bigger. There's heritage in that bowl of rice, wisdom in that cup of miso soup. It's not just food. It's culture. When we eat breakfast in the West, we usually don't think about where our food came from or what it represents. In Japan, every bite carries a story of balance, respect, and care. That mindset alone might explain why they have lower obesity rates, longer lifespans, and better overall health. Imagine if we brought a bit of that energy into our mornings. Instead of hitting snooze 5 times, running late, and slamming a protein bar, what if we took 15 minutes to actually enjoy breakfast? A little rice, some eggs or fish, maybe miso soup, a small side of veggies or fruit. Not a feast, just something intentional. You'd probably feel different, more centered, less jittery. Your day might even go smoother. And here's the kicker. It's not that hard to adapt. You can prep rice the night before, make quick miso soup in minutes, keep pickled veggies in the fridge. You don't need to recreate a full Japanese inn experience. You just need to think like they do. Focus on balance, variety, and mindfulness. Even switching from sugary cereal to eggs with veggies and rice can be a game changer. The beauty of Japan's 600-year-old breakfast isn't just in the menu, it's in the mindset. Food as gratitude, eating as ritual, Health as habit. They've been doing it long before. Nutritionists started preaching gut health and intermittent fasting. It's the opposite of trendy. It's timeless. It's the kind of wisdom that outlasts fads and food pyramids, and maybe that's the biggest difference between their breakfast and ours. Ours is shaped by marketing, by time pressure, by the need to go faster. Theirs is shaped by culture, by balance, by an understanding that how you start your day shapes everything that follows. They don't just eat to live, they eat to live well. So yeah, Japan's 600-year-old breakfast still works better than ours. Not because it's exotic or ancient, but because it's intentional. It's built around harmony, between food groups, between taste and nutrition, between the body and the mind. Every part of it serves a purpose. It's food designed to sustain life, not just to fill space. And while the rest of the world races toward convenience, Japan quietly keeps doing what's always worked. Slow, steady, balanced, grateful. If there's a lesson in all this, it's simple. We don't have to copy everything Japan does, but we could sure borrow their mindset. Maybe start the day with less sugar, more balance. Maybe eat without the phone. Maybe say a quick thank you before that first bite. You don't need to speak Japanese to get the message. It's universal. Eat with care, live with balance. That's how a 600-year-old breakfast still outperforms everything we've invented since. In the end, it's not about rice versus cereal, miso soup versus coffee. It's about remembering that breakfast sets the tone for the day and maybe for life. The Japanese figured that out centuries ago, and they've been proving it ever since. Their breakfast isn't just food, it's philosophy. A 600-year-old ritual that keeps the body fueled, the gut happy, and the soul at peace. While we're rushing out the door with a bagel in one hand and stress in the other, they're quietly starting the day the way humans were meant to, balanced, grateful, and ready for whatever comes next.